The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Bank up for better. Sign up today at Edge.bet. Code SGPN when you sign up and get a free Rest Terror t-shirt. Claim your shirt at sportsgambling.com/refs. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's currently Sunday, June 15th, around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, here to break down the Monday games. I'm Rose, episode Scott Reichel. Once again, joined by Dylan Rockford together. We're going to break down the games for tomorrow's slate. Warning in advance, there are 7 games. We are missing lines on 3 of them. So apologies there, but it is what it is. Show must go on. Dylan, how's it going with you? How have you enjoyed your weekend?
Weekend's been good. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there listening. Been a shitty kind of weekend here in New York. Bad weather, but outside of that, NHL's been good. Basketball's been good. Baseball's kind of been shitty. Bet-wise, it's been good, but Mets just got swept. It was an awful series for the Mets. And I know the Yankees aren't playing really well either against the Red Sox, right?
They got swept and scored no runs today, so not good.
Yeah, same. So, yeah, other than that, how was your weekend?
I mean, the Yankees are terrible. It's fine. You know, Boston, I actually liked in the series quite a bit, so that worked out well for me, monetarily speaking, not as a fan.
Yeah.
Besides that, the UFC card put me to sleep last night, so that was fine.
It went really late. Jeez.
Every fight went to decision.
Yeah.
I believe 7 of the last 8 fights went to decision, and the only exception was the Paul Craig head kick where the guy took a dive and tried to get a free disqualification.
It was crazy. He looked at the ref and then went to sleep.
Yeah, he looked at the ref and then faked the seizure. So I don't really know what to make of that, but either way, point is the card sucked. And shout out to Usman for winning.
Vintage, yeah.
Shout out to Buckley for being top 5 despite not knowing how to stop a takedown. But that was kind of impressive.
It just looked like he didn't practice stuff in one takedown the whole camp.
Not at all. And he's number 5 in the rankings, so there you go.
Yeah.
But either way, point is that's kind of sums up my weekend. It was just involving different sports. Tennis was not too
good.
Betting-wise, no. But the content was, interesting, I guess, for the matches. But I woke up and the matches were over. These were at like 6 in the morning. So it's like, all right, did I win or lose? Oh, I lost? Okay, cool.
Where are they playing?
They were in Germany and in the Netherlands. And now they're moving to a different part of Germany, and they're moving to England. So they're going to be there. But yeah, for the most part, just been hanging in there. Pretty uneventful weekend for me. I'm going to be going out with my dad to a Father's Day dinner in like an hour or 2. So that's kind of my thing.
Where are you going?
We don't know yet. We kind of have this random local like Asian fusion sushi place that we've kind of just gone to like all the time for the last couple of years. So the tradition is we usually go right when the last, I'd say, group or pairing of golfers are finishing up like the final 3 holes or so, and we'll just eat dinner while watching the end of the U.S. Open.
You're a big sushi guy?
Yeah, I love sushi.
I don't know if it's a texture thing, but it just doesn't fill me up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big sushi guy.
I read somewhere that the more of it you eat, the more full you'll get.
Yeah, so. I'd rather just. I'm a big steak guy. You're in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
You ever eat at Peter Luger's?
I have not, but I definitely know of it. I just have not eaten there
It's
before.
A famous steakhouse. They have one in
I heard
Long
it's
Island
overrated,
too,
but I heard it's very good. I heard it's good but overrated. Is that fair? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, your connection just went all over. All I heard was,
Are we back now? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're good.
I said I heard Peter Luger's was good but overrated.
I've had steakhouses in New Jersey compared to there, and I thought Peter Luger's was fantastic. It's like a very old school Italian place. A lot of celebrities go there. It's straight cash. I think it's good. I guess it could be overrated for all the hype that it gets. It is a little overrated, but still fantastic.
Yeah, so in Brooklyn, we have a place around called Michael's, which is like authentic Italian food as well. Very good.
Yeah,
that's my authentic Italian spot.
Nice.
Like,
I gotta try it out. Where?
It's in right around Coney Island, Sheepshead area.
Oh, that's south. Yeah, that's south.
I know it's far from you, but
yeah.
Either way, point is it's good Italian. It's good Italian food. I recommend it. They sell their own tomato sauce and stuff. Like it's legit.
You a big chicken parm guy?
Not really. I understand the appeal behind it, but no. I mean, as you said before, I like a good steak.
Yeah, same.
If you want to go for a type of fish dish, I'm into bronzino. I think that's good stuff. Like the breadcrumb fish. I'm a fan of that too. but I'm a fan.
Yeah. What'd you do for your birthday?
My birthday, I did absolutely nothing. My initial, I had dinner with my dad,
Nice.
and my plan was to potentially do something later in the week. It's an issue though because the fact is it was a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to most likely do something with my parents, but that was going to involve probably a dinner at some point next week. So I didn't do anything with friends. I kind of just did my own thing with my family. That's how I went. But
No weed?
no,
No.
no weed, no cocaine, nothing like that. No
No.
Doritos, no nothing like that. But are you a big birthday guy? Because I've never really been a big birthday celebration guy. It's never been my
No.
thing.
No, me either. Especially like in between. Like I'm turning 30 in July 18th, actually, so a little less than a month. But my girlfriend, she loves like doing surprises and stuff. So she's like, "Oh, it's the big 3-0." I'm like, don't fucking remind me. Like, I'm not a big birthday or celebration in general kind of guy, and neither is my family, but her and her family is. So she said she's gonna do something, even though I told her not
I'm gonna
to.
ask though, is she a birthday, a birth a week,
Oh
or
no,
a birth
she's
a
a
month?
whole week girl.
She's a week? Okay, at least she's
Yeah.
not a month. Okay, could be worse, but okay.
It could be, yeah, it could be worse, but I never understood it. I don't even go out on my birthday, let alone a whole fucking week.
Once again, I go out with either my mom or my dad every year, and I just basically alternate, and that's just how it goes. So I only do that because my parents, of course, get me a card. They'll get me a gift. I don't ask for anything. They'll just get me some stuff. But the point is, I am not a big fan of it personally, but my parents like it. So I mostly just do it as an event kind of thing. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Might have to chop it up because I did not hear any of that, but it's all good. You don't have to
No, it's
re-say it.
fine.
I feel like
I was just saying that my parents take my birthday more seriously than I do.
Yeah, that's mostly, it's their kid. Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why as well.
Yep. So there you
But,
go. But
hey.
yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you heard this today, but Zach Wheeler planning to retire after his contract next year in 2027. Kind of caught off guard, if I'm being honest. I think he's relatively young. What is he? He's 35, but still, I thought that was kind of shocking, don't you?
Yeah. He said he's going to retire after the 2027 season. We'll see if that's actually true or not. Sounds true. I mean, the fact is, he announced it a couple years in advance. He's clearly thought this through. He has enough money for a lifetime, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And is he a future Hall of Famer?
No.
I have to look at his numbers.
So his career WAR's 38. He's 109 and 72 with a 3.31 ERA.
Okay, so he's a Hall of Very good guy.
Yeah, he's good, but he gets hurt a lot. He walks a lot of guys. He was good when he went to the Phillies, but with the Mets, he was not good. His best year was 2021.
He never won a Cy Young, but I want to say he was runner-up like 3 times.
Yeah, 2021,
like that,
he was so good.
Yeah. Point is, though, Wheeler's a guy who I don't think is a Hall of Famer, but I had to at least mention it because he has been a top-tier pitcher for a
100%.
while.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Very good guy. Very solid career.
Yeah, very solid career. But
so we'll see.
I figured we mentioned that. That was only the really news that happened over the week besides our teams getting swept.
Pretty much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened in baseball, and I can't think of anything. So
I mean, the Twins, they stink. They got walked off today by the Astros. You saw that outfielder? That was bad.
Yeah, they stink. The Royals got swept at home by the A's. They're really bad. Garrett Holmes today, I think it was 15 strikeouts, and they lost by 9 runs.
Jeez.
To the Rockies?
Yeah.
How do you even do that? I have to pull up Holmes' stats for a second. Holmes had 15 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings, and he got the loss today to the Rockies. So that's a very weird pitching stat line today.
10-1. Thank God they lost because the Mets, I think the next 10 games or something along, I think 6 or 7 of them are against Atlanta. So not going into Atlanta playing the best baseball, I'll tell you that much.
Well, they won the series. They just lost the last game. But yeah, there was
Yeah.
not a good performance there. Shout out to Gomber, though. Pitched pretty well in his first game of the season. Anyway, time to move on into the card for Monday. For that, the reminder that you can find all of our picks and podcasts for free on the SGPN app. Check it out. Check out the, once again, picks and podcasts for the Stanley Cup, College Baseball World Series, NBA Finals, and the SGPN app. Get over you do. Get your apps. Moving on to the actual card for the Monday slate. Starting off with the first game, Phillies against the Marlins. So for this game, you have Abel against Alcantara. You have the Phillies at minus 130, the Marlins at plus 110. For the over-under in this game, I see the line being set at about, I see 8.5. Now, Abel's had a pretty weird start to his career because he was good for the most part, was bad last start against the Cubs, gave up 3 runs and 3 home runs, actually, so all solo shots against Chicago. For that, though, he was solid. Alcantara's been really bad this season, but he has turned a corner. He's been really good lately. He's allowed 2 runs in his last 2 starts combined. The total feels high to me in this ballpark. I'll go with the under.
Yeah, I actually like the Phillies here. Minus 124, I saw. They're actually starting to play some better baseball. Speaking of Zach Wheeler, he did have a nice outing today. They won, especially offensively. What they score? 11 runs again today. And now going against Sandy Alcantara, who you mentioned he's looked a little better his last 2 starts, but they were against the Rockies and the Pirates. So not really going to take much away from that. He has faced the Phillies earlier this year, and he got smoked. So kind of see the same thing happening again. Phillies are playing good baseball. They're above 500 on the road. And Mick Abel, he's been great on the road. I know it's only one start on the road, so small sample size, but it was against the Blue Jays, who's much better than the Marlins. So I think he'll be fine. Minus 124 favorite on the road, I feel like, is a very cheap price.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I mean, we know Philly can actually hit, unlike Miami, but I think it's mostly just based on me wanting the under because Alcantara's been very good lately. He's not been very good against the Phillies in the past, and Abel, I think, can do a good enough job to help the under get there. It's also in Miami, which helps because weather doesn't play a factor. Give me the under in that one at 8.5. Moving on to the next game. Rockies against the Nationals. So you have Palmquist against Irvin. Nationals minus 200, Rockies plus 165. For the over-under in this game, I see 9. For the run line for this game, Rockies are plus 1.5, minus 125. Nationals minus 1.5 are plus 104. So for the matchup itself, we know the Nationals have not been very good lately. They're 11 games under. They have lost 8 games in a row. Got swept by the Marlins, which is not fun. But you have the Rockies playing, and they stink too. So I'm going to ask, because I don't want to lay minus 200 with the Nationals, but I really don't want to back anything with the Rockies. So I'm completely stuck in this matchup. What do you like? Because I don't have much.
Yeah, not going to touch. This series stinks. 2 bad teams, both playing bad baseball. Definitely not going to be playing it. Not going to take a side, but I would maybe look at the first 5 over. You know, both pitchers do give up a ton of contact. Palmquist is terrible. I mean, they've lost literally every start he's made. 2+ runs given up in every start. Hasn't gone past the 5th inning. So he's terrible. And then he's backed up by a bottom 6, bottom 5 bullpen as well. And Jake Irving, he's given up 3+ runs in 3 starts. So 2 bad pitchers. I think we're going to see some runs here. I know the wind is blowing in DC, so that worries me a little bit, but I think both of these offenses will be able to score some runs here. So, I'll take first 5 over, if anything.
Yeah, get behind that too. Moving on to the next game, Angels against the Yankees, 2 teams that were really bad over the weekend. The Yankees didn't win a game. They didn't score. They scored 4 runs in the 3 games combined against Boston. As for the Angels, they were somehow worse because they got swept by the Orioles and scored 7 runs in the entire series. So there you go. Both teams not good. You have Soriano against Schmidt. Yankees are minus 210. You have the Angels at plus 175. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Now, the Yankees have gotten owned by Boston regularly this season. They already beat the Angels in the road series there a week or 2 ago. I think they swept in that series. The Yankees, though, minus 1.5 or minus 102. The Angels plus 1.5 or minus 118. I'm just going to take the plus 1.5. I think the Angels are actually alive to win this game, but I'm not a big Schmidt guy. Soriano's fine, but the Yankees right now can hit, and I do think it's a decent price to be laying here. The Yankees should win the game, but I'm not going to back that. For the value, give me the Angels. I go with the plus 1.5 at around minus 118.
Yeah, I can see that. But I like the under. My total came out to 8.3. I mean, I think Schmidt has been a little better from watching him at home than he has been on the road. And Soriano, I think he's been serviceable on the to the under as well on the road. So it's going to be a cold, windy night here in New York City. And Yankees offensively, you mentioned they weren't able to score anything today. They scored 3 runs in the whole series, and 4 of the last 5 games have gone under. Well, I mean, 5 now, 5 of the last 6. And Clark Schmidt, a lot of low scoring games he's been involved in. He actually went against this Angel team a little earlier in the year. Game ended 1-0 as well. So yeah, I think we see a low scoring game. I agree. I think Angels are alive here just based on value, but yeah, I think we got it to go on the under again.
Yeah, I agree. Before we get into the other games on the card for Monday, reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Edge Boost. First, our bank built for bettors, ensuring that all game projections are approved, no uses, fees, and moons. Catch records as well. 100% approval. For other deposits on today, edgeboost.peppercode HOPENY. When you sign up right now, you'll get a free Rose Terrors t-shirt. Get your free shirt at sportsgamble.com/refs. We're also brought to you by Circa because they're still hosting the Ultimate Physical giveaway. They're giving away a 12-person experience, the draft in Vegas, for their fantasy league and majority VIPs for their stay. Get a limo ride from the airport, 5K tab for a stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. You can also get 15% off everything at the Circa properties with promo code SGP15. Enter the contest for free at sportsgamble.com/Circa, the sportsgamble.com/CIRCA. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple games on the card for Monday. Time to move on into the next game. Looking at the matchup between the Orioles and the Rays. The Rays have been the hottest team in the league for about a month straight. They are 7 games over. The Orioles swept the Angels. They are 10 under, so they were a lot worse a couple weeks ago. You have Eflin, though, against Pepiot. For this one, we have no lines, so we have nothing to really talk about. But you have 2 pitchers who can be up and down. Pepe has a good ERA, 3.31, but he's 3-6 overall. Eflin's the opposite, 4.08 ERA and a 6-2 record. Tampa will be favored in this game. Both teams look very good over the weekend. What do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, it should be very interesting. Like you mentioned, Rays, they've been one of the hottest teams for the last 3 weeks to a month, hitting the ball, scoring runs. They're really making the pitchers work. I mean, watching the series this weekend, they were phenomenal. They really were. And in this run for the last 3 weeks to a month, the bullpens looked really good as well. Top 5 in the league. They just swept the Mets on the road. Now coming back home, I think it's going to help them. They're 23-10 straight up at home. I made the Rays a -155 favorite. We'll see. Orioles, I don't really like backing them on the road. They're only averaging 3.60 runs per game on the road. And right now, the way the Rays are playing, I just don't think that's enough to beat the Rays right now. To be honest, not the biggest Zach Eflin fan. Orioles still have a bottom 10 bullpen. So if he doesn't fare well, I don't think the bullpen's going to do well either. So I think the Rays continue here. Just depends on the number. But like I said, I made them a -155 favorite.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. A lot of it's going to come down to actual price, so it's going to be tough to actually predict stuff, but Tampa's been so good. Like,
Yeah.
Baltimore beat the Angels, who aren't very good. The Rays just keep winning. So maybe you could argue Tampa has some value no matter what, but I'll wait and see what happens. But I think both pitchers could potentially struggle here. Thought about maybe an over, but I don't feel great about it. So instead, I'll just probably pass for now and wait for the actual lines to come out for this game. Moving on to the Red Sox against the Mariners. For this game, you have Giolito against Gilbert. The Mariners -175, Red Sox are +145. The over-under in this game is set at about 7.5. For the Red Sox, they have been in great form. They have won 5 in a row, beating Tampa 2 times in a row and beating the Yankees in all 3. Every game, though, has been low scoring, as each of the games in that winning streak have had less than 8 runs. So you have seen some low scoring games. The pitching's been better recently. For the Mariners, they are back over 500. They have not been great this season, but they have won 2 straight against the Guardians, and they are up 5-0. They could be on the verge of a sweep there, so keep that in mind. Gilbert, though, is on the mound for the Mariners, who has not pitched much this season. We know he's very good when he does pitch. Coming off the IL, he has not pitched since April, so we'll see how long he actually goes in this outing. But for the matchup itself, 175 for the Mariners feels massive to me when you're factoring in Gilbert not pitching for a couple of months. Yes, Giolito's not very good. I get it. The Red Sox, though, have been in good form lately. They were dogs in every game against the Yankees. They swept the series. +145 is appealing. I like the under. I like the Red Sox. -175 for a Seattle team that has been pretty up and down lately, and Gilbert being pretty raw, not pitching for a couple months in the majors. Give me Giolito. I know he's bad, but I'll take him. Give me the Red Sox at plus 145.
Yeah, the number is outrageous. I mean, I only made the Mariners a minus 125 favorite. I think that's ridiculous for a guy like Logan Gilbert, who you mentioned hasn't pitched for a little over a month and a half now. Even though they're on the verge of sweeping the Indians, but doesn't really matter to me. I mean, they're not really playing the best baseball either. Red Sox are. I actually like the over at even money, 7.5. My total came out to 8.3. Making his return after being gone for a little over a month. Now he gets a Red Sox who they're playing well. They've won 8 of their last 10 games, and especially defensively, I think they're playing. So Red Sox on the road, they're averaging 4.62 runs per game. They're swinging the bat well. I just really don't like this spot for Logan Gilbert. And I think Lucas Giolito, I think you mentioned it, kind of up and down. He's a wild card. So he'll have some good games. He'll have some games where he stinks. And the Mariners have been an over team at home this year, 19-13 towards the over in Seattle. So I do think both pitchers, will give up some runs here. So I like the over. I think we'll see some runs, but I agree. I think the Red Sox are live here.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think that the Red Sox at the end of the day are just being mispriced. So it's more of a number play for
100%.
me. I'm moving on to the final game on the card. We have no lines. The second and final game. We have the Astros taking on the A's. We have no lines in the final 2 games of the way. You have McCullers against Spence. McCullers got off to a bad start this season. Since then, he's been okay. Not great last outing, though. 5 innings, 4 runs against the White Sox of all teams. But before that, he was fun. Spence has been okay. 2-1, 3.67 ERA. Been good lately, though. He has allowed he's only allowed 1 run in his 2 starts so far this season. So he has been quite good since he got moved back into the rotation. For this game, though, we have no lines. The under is tricky because it's in Sacramento, which is an over's paradise. But I can see a lower scoring game. The A's just swept the Royals. They're playing okay. The Astros have played pretty well recently as well. They are bad on the road, but they have won 5 in a row, swept Twins over the weekend. A lot of sweeps over the past weekend, but it's really tough for me. The total is going to be high because it's in Sacramento. I'll go under. It's a hot take. I got really nothing to consider in this one, but maybe A's first 5 money line, just fading McCullers, backing Spencer's been great, but it's really tough.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be on the first 5, but I'm going to take the Astros here first 5. Lance, like I said, he's been really good on the road. In his 3 starts, he's yet to give up a run, and I think this is a good spot for him against the A's, who, Astros are seeing the ball much better. They swept them today. They comeback win, so that was a good series for them. And Mitch Spence, he's kind of a bullpen guy, but he has been going a little longer the past few outings, excuse me. So we'll see how he does. I'm not a huge fan of Mitch Spence at home, and he's backed up by the worst bullpen in the league as well. So it's hard to gauge it without any numbers, but the Astros will probably be a big favorite. I only made him a minus 160 favorite, depending on what we get full game. But I think to get the number down, maybe Astros first 5 minus a half. That's kind of how I would play, if anything.
Yeah. Moving on to the last game, though. You have the Padres taking on the Dodgers. Once again, no line, so apologies there. For this matchup, we have Cease against we don't know. So we don't know who's going to be. It's going to be the Dodgers. I don't know by how much, but Cease
probably a bullpen day.
Probably, but it's been an interesting season for Cease, who's been pretty average, 4.28 ERA. He had given up 3 earned runs in 4 straight. But last start against the Dodgers, he shoved about 5 days ago. 7 innings, 3 hits, and no runs, 11 strikeouts. Did walk 5 guys, but the Dodgers just saw him. Ohtani had 2 home runs the other day. I think it's a pretty decent spot for regression for Cease. I think the Dodgers jump him. I'll go Dodgers minus 1.5. You're on mute, by the way. So
that's always sucks. Yeah, no pitcher for the Dodgers. Maybe a bullpen type guy, like I said, but
over.
I can't. What happened?
Over, maybe take the over.
Yeah, the over's been so profitable in LA. I just don't trust the Padres right now. They just blew the game last night. What a collapse by them. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and the Dodgers are a wagon at home. Cease is bad on the road, 0-3. He has a 5.65 ERA. He's given up 3+ runs in his last 3 road starts. Yeah, he pitched a gem against the Dodgers at home, but I agree. I think we're going to see some regression here. I think the Dodgers know that as well. And every time the Dodgers wind up getting shut out or, kind of tamed a little bit, they wind up coming back offensively and explode. So Dodgers, they have one of the best offenses at home, 6.22 runs per game. They're averaging at home this year. It's the best in the league. So, I think maybe the last start was kind of a fluke. I don't expect Dylan Cease to do that again. So yeah, I got to take the Dodgers here big. Doesn't matter who's going. I think both pitchers will be giving up some runs here. Dodgers don't have the best bullpen either. So I could see an over. Over's been extremely profitable in LA. So depending on that, I like the over, and I'll take the Dodgers as well.
Yep. I can get behind that with you. And it's going to wrap it up for all the games. Apologies once again, we are missing some lines, but it is what it is. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Before we get into the actual lock and dog, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, Arctic Fantasy, because they're going 1 for the May Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1. The longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Also, you could sign up for your new account with the code MLB SGPN to get a special pick and a first-time deposit offer up to 1K in bonus cash. And has the promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because you've heard us talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends, add detected patterns. Rhythm's models have consistently won, have a high ROI. And a reminder, you could also check out the Power Trends every day, and they're exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just end-of-back picks, and they're very, very profitable. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter, and you can also try it out for free week. But the 7-day free trial, go to sportsgambling.com/rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. We're also brought to you by MyBookie, because MyBookie is a place for sport. They have the NBA Finals, they have the Stanley Cup, they have baseball, they have UFC, you name it. They're also available to locations. Use crypto, fraud and just payouts, use deposit, sign up for an account, use code SGPN to get a 100% match up to 1K. Terms and conditions to MyBookie, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the games for Monday. Time to move on into the lock and dog picks. Dylan, what's going to be your lock and dog for the show?
Yeah, so I'll start with the first game that we talked about, Phillies and Marlins. That's going to be my lock. I'll take the Phillies here, -124. I think that's a very cheap price on the road against Sandy Alcantara, who, yeah, he's pitched a little better, but it's been against the Rockies and the Pirates, so not going to think much about that one. Phillies, their bats are starting to heat up a little bit, and I think McGable has been good on the road. I know small sample size, but it was against a better team in the Blue Jays. So, yeah, I'll take the Phillies here as my lock. As my dog, we don't really have that many lines. I do think Angels are alive the way the Yankees have been playing, but I agree with you. I'm going to take the Red Sox here based on pure value. I think they're mispriced. This big of an underdog, I get that they're on the road, but against Logan Gilbert, who hasn't pitched for over a month, I think that's kind of egregious. But I think we'll see some runs. I like the over, like I said, but I'm going to take the Red Sox. I think they keep it rolling here against the Mariners.
Yeah, so for my lock on the show, I think I'm going to go with the under in that Marlins and Phillies game. Yes, the Phillies played very well offensively on Sunday. Alcantara's been good. Abel's been good for the most part. Miami's offense, I don't think, is worth a damn. So I think that it's a pretty high total. Give me the under 8.5 at -115 as my lock. For my dog, do I want to go with the Angels? Thought about Boston, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'll do it. Give me the Angels on the money line at +176. Big price for the Yankees, who right now can't hit. Yes, the Angels have been bad too, but at least Trout's healthy for once. That counts for something. Give me the Angels money line, though. I think the price is too big. I'll take it for value as my dog for the show. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up for the show. Dylan, anything else you want to add?
No, it was a good show. Sorry about not having as many lines, but I can't control that. And I think we'll be back, right? You and Adam tomorrow morning.
Adam will not be there tomorrow morning, but I might be going solo. So
all right, yeah, prop show tomorrow. And yeah, by the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers that celebrate.
Yep, thanks. I don't have a kid, so I'm not
Me
celebrating,
either.
but it's fine. All
But
good.
I celebrate all the other fathers.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, until next time, find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rock with 2Ks24. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets.